The Capital Area Humane Society has been helping the animals of Columbus, Ohio for 127 years. They provide shelter for animals, fight animal cruelty, and offer other services. But one of their most important challenges, and an ever-present task, is finding new homes for the animals they take in.
Our mission is to advocate for animals in need and for their well-being here at the Capital Area Humane Society and out in our community every single day. So it's really been our mission for the last 127 years, actually. Our mission has not changed.
Columbus is fortunate to have both a Humane Society and a dog shelter, which is also known as the dog warden.
What the dog warden's responsibility is to find the stray dogs that are out in our community, or they follow up on bite cases. So if there are reported cases where a dog has bit a person or a child, that's the responsibility of the dog warden. The Capital Area Humane Society, however, is, the way we like to look at it is we're protecting animals from people. So we employ humane agents. They are commissioned by our Franklin County Commissioners. They go out every single day, 365 days a year, and they investigate calls, complaints that we have received from concerned citizens about potential abuse of an animal. We do seize sometimes cows, we seize horses, we've had crocodiles, we've had everything seized from our humane agents. They're not obviously appropriate pets, so we work with a lot of rescue groups and organizations to find homes for those animals. Typically what we adopt out are dogs and cats. We also adopt out what we call pocket pets, so guinea pigs, hamsters, pet rats, even pet mice, and then also rabbits, bunny rabbits.
I volunteer because I love the animals and I love the people here, all the volunteers. There's a camaraderie here, and it's good exercise, but it's also good friendship and fellowship too. I recommend that anybody that has the time to volunteer come out and check us out.
Animals actually come to the Capital Area Humane Society in mainly one of two ways. They're either going to come in through our cruelty investigation, so a humane agent has gone out to respond to a complaint, and it's a situation where we need to remove that animal from its home, it's not being cared for properly, or it's outright abuse. So that's one way an animal comes to us. Another is just from an owner who needs to surrender their pet.
Hi, I need to surrender my dog.
Okay, what's the reason you're having to give up your dog?
I'm moving and I can't take her home. The apartment complex doesn't allow dogs.
So the first thing that happens is that person brings that animal to us and surrenders it to us through our intake department. We kind of go over, sort of the policy of how we are going to treat that animal when it comes into the shelter and what's going to happen for that pet.
If space to place them up for adoption, then we'll go ahead and do so. Now, if for whatever reason they don't pass those health and temperament assessments, or we don't have space to place them up for adoption, then it would be in those instances that we may consider euthanasia.
Okay. And then secondly, we want to get as much information from that person as we possibly can about what the pet was like in the home. Is it trained? Does it have bathroom accidents inside the house all the time? Or is it crate trained? Has it lived with other pets? Has it ever bitten anybody? These are things that help us make the best decision for that pet while it's here at the shelter. So there's lots of reasons why we see people surrender their pets to us, and we want people to know that we're an option for them instead of just abandoning the pet or placing it with a neighbor or a friend to kind of take on that burden. We are an option. We specialize in adopting out animals. So once that pet is brought into our shelter and surrendered to us, the next step is actually it goes into a medical evaluation. We're going to initially go ahead and vaccinate that pet and give it an overall medical evaluation. We're fortunate enough to have a staff veterinarian and a chief veterinarian on staff, so 7 days a week there's a vet here to check out and evaluate the animals that come in. Once it has that medical evaluation, it's then going to have also a behavior evaluation. For a dog, we actually send them through a behavior assessment. It happens here at the shelter, but we're testing things for food aggression. We're looking for a dog-to-dog test. How does it really behave with other dogs? A cat, it's a little bit harder to do an actual behavior assessment. We're just going to spend some time with that cat. Our adoption counselors and our volunteers that work with our cats spend time with them just to kind of understand, are they a lap cat? Are they very playful? Do they like other cats? They like to be left alone? That's stuff that they'll find out as they spend time with them. And once it passes that behavior assessment, it then is ready to be placed up on the adoption floor. And we will get it a kennel on the adoption floor and kind of get it all set up and ready for adoption. Once an animal is put onto our adoption floor, it stays on our floor until we find it a home, whether that takes 2 weeks or 2 years, unless that animal becomes ill and needs to be treated or has to be euthanized because it's become severely ill, then that animal is going to stay on our adoption floor until it gets adopted.
All right, so you're interested in adopting Poochie?
I am. She's such a nice little dog.
Have you been looking for a dog for a while?
For a little while, a couple months.
In 2010, the Capital Area Humane Society adopted out over 4,000 pets, and they continue to find new homes for animals every day. Their weekly adoption numbers are impressive.
We average about anywhere from 15 to 20 dogs, and we have anywhere from about I'm going to say 12 to 20 cats. It just really depends on the season. With cats, we go through kitten season, so we try to do some adoption promotions during the summertime, specifically for our cats.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yay, good girl.
I hear a lot from people, how can you work there? Don't you want to take all of them home? Isn't it so sad? And it's not. It is actually really inspiring. And what is the best part of the day is when you see that dog or that cat that's been here for a couple of months and it finally gets adopted, to be able to see him jump in the car with that family and know that he was going home, forever. That feels really good.
Support the Capital Area Humane Society. Go to www.cahs-pets.org.